Hi, Shivam this side. Hope you are doing well. So this is my new project named IMDB clone. Here is the interface of IMDB clone project. First we'll see the interface and after that we'll understand the working of this project. So this is the home page where some random movies have been loaded, and here is the search bar where you can search movies according to your interest. Now let's search a movie. Here I am going to search Avengers movie. So here after searching Avengers, all the results related to Avengers keyword will be shown here. Now let us see that how add favorites button works. As we will click on the add favorites button, an alert will be generated which will ensure that the movie has been added to your favorite movies list. Now clicking on the favorite movies, another page will open which will show you the all movies you have saved in your watch list or add to favorite movie. Now clicking on the back button, you will again go to the home page. Here again some random movies will be shown. Now let us see the working of this more button. Now as I click on the more button, the details of that particular movie will be shown here. Again this is another page named singlemovie.html. So this is the interface of my IMDB clone project. Now we will see the working and code of this project. Now here is my index.html file which is containing my header of the page. It is also home page of my website which is containing navbar and main section. In main div there are another two divs having class name fab container and random movies container. Now coming on the next page, that is favorite.html. This page will contain all the list of favorite movies that are added from the home page, that is index.html. The design of favorite.html is also same as index.html. Now coming on the third page, that is singlemovie.html. This page will contain the details of the particular movie that is being selected by clicking on the more button of a particular movie, and that particular movie details will be shown here. And here is the CSS page, that is styling for all three HTML pages that I have made here. Now coming on the script.js file which is containing the functionality of all HTML pages. Here you can see I have defined const variable URL which is containing the OMDB API website URL. After that, key named variable is defined which is containing the API key of OMDB API. Here this key is unique for every project and this key can be obtained from the OMDB API website. Now here are some another variables are defined, namely search input, display search list, random movies container. Here document.getElement by ID or query selector is a way to connect HTML elements to the script.js file. As by using search input we can control the functionality of the input given by a user in the search bar of the home page. As you can see in line number 14, that search input question mark dot add event listener input comma fetch movies display list, that this is a condition if there is some input in search input box, then fetch movies display list function will be called. Now coming on the line number 16, it is a asynchronous function named fetch movies which is taking two arguments, search term comma page. Here API is being called from the OMDB API website by passing the search term, API key and URL in this. After that, receiving that data, we are converting that data into JSON format and then returning that data. Now coming on the line number 23 and after that 28 and after that line number 54. These all functions are interconnected. The line number 28 function, that is fetch random movies, it's actually fetching some random movies from the OMDB API website, and then fetching that some random movies. Line number 23 function, that is get random subset, is shuffling that movies list. And after that, coming on the line number 54, fetch random movies function is actually making the movie cards for that. And now coming on line number 76, 83 and 92, fetch movies display list, find movies and display movies functions are being respectively on these lines. These all three functions are also interconnected, as fetch movies display list is testing that if the search box or input box is empty or not, and if the input box is not empty, then find movies function will work and test that which input has been taken in that input box. Now coming on the line number 83, here is the function named find movies input. Here that input which is being typed in the input box has been passed, and after that const rest named variable is defined, which is actually fetching the URL API data, that if that in now if the input matches to some data which is being present in the API object, then that data will be converted into JSON format, and then display movies dot response JSON dot search will work. Now here is the last function, that is display movies. Here the movies which are being extracted from the API will be shown on the home screen in the form of movie cards, which are being styled by the CSS file. Now coming on the line number 116, here is the function named single movie, which is actually working to show the details of the single movie on single movie.html page, where the particular movie's details will be shown. This function will work by clicking on the more button that is being shown on the movie card, whether it is on home page or favorite movies list page. Using URL params, we'll get the ID of that particular movie whose more button has been clicked, and after that getting that details will show the particular movie details on the single movie.html page. Now again coming on line number 127 and 139, here is the function named fetch movie details and display movie details respectively. These all two functions are also interconnected with the single movie. Here fetch movie details is actually fetching that particular movie data from the API, and then display movie details function is actually making a movie card for that particular movie details. And then now coming on line number 165, then 182, 196 and 202, here are the four functions which are actually working for the favorite.html page. These functions are actually working to add a movie into favorite movies list, as someone will click on the add to favorites button from the movie card, and then that movie will be added into favorite movies list. Now coming on the line number 165, here create movie card is actually creating a movie card for that particular movie that is being added in the favorite movies list. Now coming on the line number 182, here is a asynchronous function named add to favorites, which is taking a parameter named id. Here in this function we will check that if someone will click on the add to favorite button of any movie card, then what should happen. If that movie is already being present in our favorite movies list, then an alert should be shown here that this movie is already in your favorite movies. And if that movie is not present in our favorite movies list, then that movie should be added into our array list of favorite movies. An alert should be shown that this movie is added to your favorites. Now coming on the line number 202, here is the function named favorites movie loader. This function is actually managing our local storage, that which movies are present in our favorite movies list. Now coming on the line number 221, here is an asynchronous function that is remove favorite, which is taking a parameter named id. Here this function will manage that if someone will click on the remove favorite button of a movie card, which will be shown in the favorite.html page, then that movie should be removed from the array of our favorite movies list. Also, after removing that movie, an alert should be generated that movie has been removed from your favorites. Now coming on the line number 232, here is a window.onload, that if a user opens our website of IMDB clone, then these functions should work properly. And here was a presentation of my IMDB clone project. Thanks for watching the video.